Good morning. What I have here today is a product demonstration of the endpoint privilege management integration with password safe. So if you're able to see my screen, what I'm actually demonstrating for you today is I've got all of my managed accounts in password safe. This is an on-premise environment. This also does work with the cloud as well. But in the on-premise environment, we get this nice breakdown between the change agents, or at least kind of sort of. So I am managing most of my accounts in the password safe environment with password safe as the change agent. But this Windows 11 administrator account is, in fact, being managed by another change agent. It doesn't show it there in the grid, but if we go look at the advanced details, sure enough, it is being managed by the endpoint privilege management client. All the settings that we would normally set are going to be set inside of password safe. So, the password policy, that's a complexity, how often I'm changing the password. We can see the next change date. Whether we're doing a password test on that account, and then if we are changing the password, if it fails that password test, and then last but not least would be changing that password for that account every time that it gets checked out and conversely checked back in when the request is complete. So what I'm going to do is go back out to that screen. We're going to send a password change request here for that account. And then in just a few moments, our agent should receive that request and change the password. And this is from the privilege management policy side where we actually set that integration piece. So by default, the heartbeat interval that the agent's going to check into password safe is going to be every 5 minutes or every 60 minutes. I've set mine to every 5 minutes. So this is set not only in my privilege management cloud policy, but also in my Beyond Insight policy. So that would be for my on-prem environment. I've set that to every 5 minutes. And I could do, the same thing here for my Windows 10 workstation account. The administrator account is set with similar settings as the on-prem. If I do this change password here, that is going to update the similar type interval as this one here. Okay, now we've fast forwarded the time just a little bit, and you can see here on the screen that I sure enough have effectively rotated that account. It just took a few minutes for the agent to check in and then actually change the password. And if we flip over to the cloud environment, we're going to see, effectively the same thing. This one just happened to, if I can get the thing right, check in quicker. So all good. So that is certainly the password rotation using the endpoint privilege management agent. Now, if I wanted to, I could show you, I mentioned, that we do also have the ability to check those credentials out, and it's going to follow the same types of rules that it would work in password safe. So let me log in with an account that does have access to check out that account. Alex Klein does have, if I can type in the password correctly, rights to check out that administrator account. All right, there's that Win11 account. And I'm just going to check out the password. Now it does require an approval. And if I come in here, I can actually look at the pending request and see who has received the approval email. So all of these folks are colleagues of Alex herself, which is actually good to say that Alex actually is an approver for this request, but cannot approve her own request. That is our built-in separation of duties, which just comes with password safe. So if I put, I'm going to open up yet another browser. I'll get logged in as one of the approvers, one of the teammates. Approve that request. Give Alex a nice snarky message. Approve the request. If I go back in here, refresh the request screen, I now see that request as active, and from here I can retrieve this password. So if the workstation has fallen off the domain, I can come in here, take in this password, go type it in, and then when I am done, check in that request, which should initiate a password change inside of password safe. So here, within the next 5 minutes, that password should change yet again. All right, and as you can see now, you fast forward the time just a further bit here to give the chance for only for our password safe to notice, hey, the request has been checked back in, but also for the change agent, i.e. the endpoint privilege management client, to see that there is now a pending request. And as you can see here at 9:09, just a few minutes after checking the request back in, the password has now changed from a post-release reset, meaning, hey, user was done with it, and it's time to change the password after check-in. And that is the endpoint privilege management password safe integration for our disconnected account management. Thank you.